On to loan modification. We all know, if you've been in the mortgage industry, especially going into '08, it's the hottest product out there. Everybody's talking about it. It has its, it definitely has its pros and cons for sure. We know that there's definitely loopholes to the system, and there's a lot of folks that are that have enrolled into these programs that are already, backing out or missing their mortgage payment, even though they've enrolled in this. So it's a complicated product, and it's definitely something that may be regulated down the line. But we do have a product because so many folks have asked us for it. So we want to make sure that we're doing the right thing here, and by doing that, we focus on the data of consumers that have had a late payment when they filled out the form, they have bad credit, and they're currently employed. The call center agent is going to get them on the phone to verify that they are currently employed, and they want to speak to a specialist in regards to the best mortgage options for them. Because some of these folks that did want to refi may be eligible for an FHA loan. You never know. So we do want to sell this product to mortgage brokers. We don't want to sell it to a debt settlement company or just a specific loan modification company. We want to make sure that this product does go in the hand of a mortgage broker who ethically can do the right thing to decide whether it should be a loan modification or it should go into a refinance. If possible, we will let you filter for loan amount here. We will let you filter for property value as well. Again, very popular product. Obviously, second half of '08, folks want to target loan modification. So here it is. As promised, this slide is what we preach every day. As soon as the consumer fills out the form, we want to call them back right away to verify that they are interested. Within the first 5 minutes of calling a lead, you have a 21-time chance of getting them on the phone and converting them compared to somebody that's calling 20 minutes later. If you see that you have a 1.42% chance of getting them on the phone and converting that compared to a 20% chance, let us do our job. That is what we specialize in. We know how to get people on the phone and make sure that they're interested. We know how to qualify them and let them know that we're going to connect them to a specialist. We can beat almost every shop in getting the consumer on the phone. Our technology is set up to where as soon as the consumer fills out the form, we call on it right away, within seconds. That beats most shops. We want to put you on the phone first with the consumer. We know you have a higher probability of closing the loan. This is proven from MIT, Kellogg School of Management. We all know that that's a premier institute for education, and I'm glad that they came up with this study. It is what I preach every day to my client and prospect base, knowing that my product does work. I can get you on the phone first with the consumer, making sure that you are having a meaningful conversation. Of course, we keep the lead in the queue for 5 to 7 business days, but the 75% of the time we make contact with that consumer first on that first dial attempt, right when they're by their computer filling out the application. Very valuable chart, and I'll be glad to email it to you if you'd like a copy of it. You'll see our contact information here on the last slide. If you want to send us an email, I'll be glad to send you a copy of today's presentation. I'll be glad to go ahead and go into any questions that you may have. In fact, there is a question. Go ahead and pull that up. It was just a volume question that you couldn't hear. Sorry, I thought that the volume was up, but if you can't hear, I apologize. One thing, again, I want to reiterate here is that, and I'll try to turn up the volume a little bit, the conversion ratio for our market-driven pricing, and let me go back to that slide. The conversion ratio for our market-driven pricing is roughly around 5 to 10%. Folks that are, the reason being is that obviously you're going to speak to every single consumer. It's 100% live call transfer. But out of that, you may pull credit on half those consumers, send out a package on, let's say 20 or 30 of those credit pulls. And then to get those packages back, half of them come back, putting them into processing and so forth, usually results in about 5% conversion, 5 to 10% conversion. And those are real numbers reported back from our clients. If you're spending about $60 on these transfers and you convert 5%, that means you're spending about $1,200 to acquire a client. If your average fee is $3,000, then you're spending $1,200 to acquire that client, and so your profit is still good. Why is the conversion 5-10%? Because again, you speak to everybody, but the folks that are filling out the form, they may have too good of an interest rate. They may have maxed out the equity on their home. They're interested in doing something, but there's nothing that you can do for them. With the closing ratio with the $89 transfers, it's between 10 and 20%. So looking almost at the same acquisition numbers, but the difference here is that with the price point, you fund 1 out of 10, you're spending $890 to acquire a client. You close 2 out of 10, 20%, you are now at $450 acquisition cost. And so this is again, this is our more popular product the second half of the year. We do anticipate that a lot of folks will be shifting more to the market-driven pricing. If rates continue to drop, there's no need to spend a premium to put an interest rate filter. But again, you decide what's more appropriate for you. And my team and I will be glad to sit down with you and discuss with you which one's more appropriate. This one, again, you have to really decide if you want to pay for Name Your Script. You really have to decide if you want to pay that hefty of a fee to have your own scripting. And again, Loan Mod, very popular. This is what we wanted to make sure that we have a product out there. It's growing. Who knows how long this will last, but we understand that it's a hot program, and we want to make sure that we have available if you're interested. Again, my name is Joey Liner. My phone number's here, 888-D-POSITIVE. You can send us an email at info@doublepositive.com. Speak to any one of our sales reps. I can send you a copy of today's webinar if you'd like to send it with audio to any of your coworkers or friends. We do have a nice referral program, so if you refer anybody to us, we'll give you a 10% add-on to your account. I thank you for your time, and I wish you a happy new year and success. And let's hope that, in fact, we all know that 2009 will be a lot better than 2008. Thank you.